Hello, happy Sunday morning in the greenhouse, doing a bit of a walk. And I wanted to share this today because Ellie and I were yesterday talking a little bit, and I was reading yesterday about the statistics of the number of people who have already quit their health and fitness goals in January. So I think it was like 2/3 of the people who started a weight loss journey in January as a New Year's resolution have already quit. They've given up. And on the other end of the scale, you've got 22 million British adults are deemed inactive, and it's something that shocks me when you read it like that, because to see such a vast number of people deemed inactive when they deem activity just being active for 20 minutes 3 times a week, that's all you have to do to be classed as active, it's minimal. That number is so high. And what I start to see now is a number of people who will go on this cycle where they start something where they cut everything out of their diet, they cut everything out and they start exercising excessively, and they realise they can't stick to it. They can't stick to the restrictions that the diet's perhaps offering them, where you can't eat certain foods that you really enjoy, certain foods that perhaps you might associate with you gaining weight. Then they can't commit to the times with their family because they're going to the gym, or they're trying to factor in all this exercise that doesn't normally fit their lifestyle. So what happens is they start to resent it, they start to hate it, they start to binge on the wrong types of food, and they overindulge, and they put the weight on again, and they slip off the exercise. And then what happens is they go from being in a calorie deficit where they're losing weight, hormonally stressed out, to then putting on loads of weight, and it sends it the opposite end of the extreme. And then we start to have stress in the body, feeling upset, frustrated, angry, back into the food. And what you'll find is people blame the junk food for them putting weight on, rather than blaming the fact that they binged on too many calories. So my message there really is often is look at the bigger picture, because the only way that we lose weight, the only way that we can get towards our weight loss goals is remain in a calorie deficit. So if we stay in a calorie deficit consistently, and it's a small calorie deficit, we'll still lose weight. Going a huge one that's perhaps not sustainable, cutting out a lot of your favourite foods, that's not going to last a long time. That vicious cycle then continues over time. We start to associate this diet, then we go back into a binge, put the weight back on, lose the weight, yo-yo dieting, and we start to feel like crap. And then we have a poor relationship with diet and exercise. But it's not just you that it affects. It's really not. It affects our loved ones, because our relationships, because we don't want to be intimate with them, because we feel guilty, we feel dirty, we feel like we're doing the wrong thing when we've had our binges. And then we take it out on the ones that we love the most, so we push those people away. And this vicious cycle continues. Then our children see it. Our children see it where we think the only way we can lose weight is if we go on a really strict diet and cut our favourite foods out. So that people think that foods are bad for them. Eve May sees it when we're dieting. She stops eating certain foods because she doesn't see us eating them, because she starts to think that they're bad, and that's her at 3. One of the main reasons why we decided we're not competing at the moment, because we want her to see us eating and enjoying different foods, because kids pick up on things. Then they start to see the binging, think that's normal. They start to see the avoiding your favourite foods, exercising excessively, and this vicious cycle starts to repeat itself then in our children over time. They start to gain a bit of weight, they feel guilty, they'll start wanting to perhaps cut out their favourite foods because they think that's the only way, exercising excessively. So really my message today is just be aware of who's watching, be aware of your choices that you're making when it comes towards your health, fitness and weight loss goals, because our children, we can't do it for ourselves, we need to do it for our children and do it in a healthy manner. And I always say to people, like, it's not fun, it's not sexy, it's not going to be headline stories, but have a bit of patience, give it a little bit of time. Like, most people who've put on weight and want to lose weight haven't done it overnight. It takes time to do that. It takes time for our confidence to slip, it takes time for our energy levels to slip. So we can't expect to overnight feel really confident, lose all that weight and feel full of energy. It takes time. Give your body time, give your mindset time, and take your time. We teach our kids to have patience for things, teach our kids to keep trying things consistently, but we don't follow it ourselves. And it's something that I've sort of been guilty of preaching in the past to people about having patience, having persistency, consistency towards things, and I never had it. But then that's why my weight would fluctuate so much, And I'd say the last year or so now, my weight's consistently stayed around the same with Ellie, because consistency, that's what we need, okay? We don't need to be following these extreme diets. Yes, they will help you lose weight for one reason: calorie deficit. Not interesting, not special, calorie deficit. That's the reason why every single diet under the sun will help you lose weight if you do it the way that it tells you. But doesn't mean it's going to be safe, doesn't mean it's going to be the best possible way for you to do it. So please have a bit of patience and do it the healthy way, do it the safe way, and do it the way you enjoy. If you enjoy eating pizza, lose weight eating pizza, you can do it. If you enjoy eating ice cream, do it, okay? And if you don't enjoy gyms, don't go to one. Do something that you enjoy, to be active, but as part of with your family. Do whatever you enjoy. We've got clients who do Zumba because they love it. Clients who do home-based workouts because they love it, their kids get involved, and that's them, okay? So please, do what you enjoy to be active. Follow a healthy, balanced diet in balanced moderation. Enjoy some of your favourite foods. We often get, Sean, how you doing? I'm in your greenhouse today. We often get people surprised that we encourage eating pizzas, we encourage eating, and all the women will share their favourite foods, even their drink. And often they talk about what they're having with their mixer for vodka on a weekend, because that's important. That's part of a lifestyle that people need to understand. We can't just continually cut things out and expect it to stay out of our life, because they're in our life for a reason. If you don't currently have time to start prepping meals 7 days a week, why do you expect, because you've suddenly decided up here, I want to lose weight, that you're going to have time to start prepping meals 7 days a week without something in your life going to the sidelines? If you currently can't find time to go to a gym even once a week, how can you expect to consistently find time to go 5, 6, 7 days a week forever? You can't. So if you're struggling but you really want to get to a gym, go once a week for the first couple of weeks. Then as you start to realise, actually I can make lifestyle adaptations, go twice and build it up over time. That's the best way to do it. Don't stress about going from nothing now and then going to all overnight. And if you've already slipped off your habits, you've already slipped off your New Year's resolution, why? Seriously, why? It's a harsh thing for me to say, but I can't understand people slipping off New Year's resolutions for the life of me, because if something's important to you and it means something to you, you won't slip. Nobody's going to slip off something if it's important to them. So my honest answer is, those resolutions that you set yourself weren't important. They weren't. Sorry, but they weren't. You weren't committed. So you have to have a look at the bigger picture and ask yourself, were the goals that you're setting yourself important? And if they were, you won't slip, or this video will prompt you to get back onto it. Okay, that's all I've got on a Sunday morning. I'm gonna have to go and do shoulders because the wifey's waiting for me to get back home so that she can train. But please, don't let things get into this vicious cycle, because it's not just you it affects. It affects your loved ones, affects your family, affects your kids more than anything. And even things like career prospects. If you're constantly moody, up and down, your moods are all over the place, there's no consistency of your work rate, your productivity, it'll affect your career prospects as well. So please, look at the bigger picture. I've gone off one a little bit on a Sunday morning, but hopefully it's been useful. That's all I've got, peeps. Live the life you love. Bye.